When you open EmberGen, this is what you should see. It may be different in the future releases. You'll notice here we have the recent projects. I have the start from. You can click on the explosion and start the scene from the explosion or fire or smoke. And if you come over here to the presets, you have a lot of presets ready to use. So feel free to open them and see how they created that. So I can come over here and click on the home button. So this is the default scene you get when you open the EmberGen. This is my viewport, and this is the node graph, and this is the timeline, and this is the node details. So each node I select in the node graph, I can see the parameters of that node. In the viewport, you can left mouse click and rotate the camera. If you click the middle mouse button, you can track the camera, and you can use the wheel to zoom in and zoom out. And in the timeline, you can click on the pause button, or you can hit space to continue the simulation. If you come over here, you can see the reset button. You can hit R. R is the shortcut, so you can click on that and then hit space. Now we are playing the simulation. I can hit space to stop it, and again space to continue the simulation. If I hit R, this will reset the simulation. And here in the top we have the view. If I click on that, you can see I have some options. For example, I can click on the bounding box to hide the bounding box, and I can hide the stats. This is my stats. It's showing information about my graphic card, so I can click on that to hide it. Let's bring it back, and we have here the render quality. You can choose medium or high, it depends on your graphic card. And we have other options, like for example the manipulators. This will hide the manipulators in the scene. If I click on that, as you see, nothing changed, but if I click on the shape, for example, you can see the manipulator. I can come over here and hide that. You can see I am hiding and showing that. And I can click on manipulator switcher. This will hide the manipulator switcher there, as you see. Let's bring back the bounding box because it's important for us. And if you come over here, you can see we have the render tab. Here you can see your render. And if you come over here, you can see all the AOVs that you can export. For example, I can click on the emissive. I can see just the emissive AOV there. And again, let's choose, let's say, depth. You can click on render viewport, and you can see the viewport in the rendering too. And if you click on the scale to fit, this will show you the actual size of the image that you want to export. And if you come over here, you can see we have favorites. For example, let's go there and let's select the simulation, and I can come over here and click on this star icon. It turns yellow. So now if I go to favorites, as you see, I can see that parameter here, and this is a really cool way to list all your parameters that you need to change instead of going and finding them there. And you can search for the parameters from here too. For example, I can type voxel size. It gives me the voxel size. Cool option. And we have the timeline. So if you have animated parameters, you should see them in the timeline. Because we don't have any key, we don't see them here. I'm gonna show you later how to do that. And you can see all your shortcuts by going to settings and preferences. And here you can click on shortcuts and see all the shortcuts there.